Eric Stormer. This is Home Wizards, where we love to, put a little dance in your step, as we talk about ways to improve your home and improve your life. So here it is. It's one of the toughest gardening months, but we're here to promise you that it's going to be all good and all okay, It's
kind of that month where it seems like everything is now gone, but we're waiting for stuff to begin.
Things are happening.
Yeah.
Things are going to be happening. In fact, if you listened to us back in around Christmas time when we told you to plant tulip bulbs,
they should be showing
you're going to be
up.
singing our praises because they're going to be showing up. But anyway, let's talk about things that you can do in February, because in the warmer climates, you don't know what kind of weather to expect from day to day. In the cold climates, the holidays are behind. You just want to see some sunshine, for goodness sakes. But, that doesn't stop the true gardener from working. And there are some great things you can do, from planning to really getting your act together, because spring is not too far away,
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And so what are some of the first steps that we can do? What are you thinking?
Well, I think that first of all, there are a lot of planning stuff. And this is, if you don't yet have this, we hope that you will get your garden plan together. And we talk about this a lot, about having like a home book, but you could also have a garden book. And so now, as you're planning out for the rest of the year, you want to write down, in your binder, like month by month by month, what are some of the tasks for the garden. So for February, this is always a good time if you like to have blueberries.
Who doesn't like blueberries?
This is a time.
I can imagine making those happen.
This is a time to plant blueberry bushes.
Okay.
Have you ever had
I
a
have
homegrown blueberry?
I've only picked them off a bush
Other
that I
people's-
found. Yeah.
You've been poaching other people's
Well,
blueberries.
that's called stealing. Yeah.
But that's why you have those blueberry pancakes. That's
My
where
teeth
you
were all
got them.
blue.
Yeah, it's on my teeth. But this is also a good time. That you had the amaryllis, I know, because I
Yep.
gave you an amaryllis.
By the way, that thing is blowing up. It's gorgeous.
It's still there?
Oh my goodness.
Not supposed to be. It's
It
still.
is.
Are you really for
Yeah.
real?
Yeah.
All right, well, after the amaryllis finishes blooming, this is the time to cut off the stalk, okay, assuming that it's in soil, right? It's not just been like a forcing bulb, which is where you just put it in rocks and water and stuff, because that only usually gives you one shot. But now, if it's in soil, this is the time to cut off the stalk, leave the foliage. The leaves will reinvigorate the bulb, and, this way you can then put the bulb away, or just kind of keep it if you're going to plant it in the soil. I'm not sure if you have it inside your house.
No, it's in the house.
Okay, you could put it in a bag, in a cool place.
So this is something I really want to know. I've never really done this. So you just take the bulb out, you dig the bulb out.
It still has things going on?
Yeah,
okay.
a little bit, couple more blooms, I think.
Then after it's all done, you want to cut off the stalk.
Just right at the bulb.
Just leave a little bit of the foliage, because then those leaves will invigorate the bulb. As you're now going to put the bulb, either you want to put it in your yard, or you can put it in a nice bag,
just a paper bag,
in a cool, like in your garage, in a cool space, and leave it there until like next fall, and that's when you'll bring it back in for the Christmas
season. And then label
season.
it with a Sharpie so you know what it is. Okay.
In fact, you can even write on the bulb itself.
Okay.
Amaryllis. That won't hurt the bulb.
It's a pretty long word for a bulb.
Or you can just put...
I don't write that small. I'm putting it on the bag.
This is also a good time to keep those Valentine cut flower arrangements fresh cut longer, with a little bit of 50-50 lemon lime soda and water and a dash of bleach.
Is that right? Really?
I know our friends at the Rose Parade say, some say yes, some say no. I always try a little bit of everything. I'm open. I'm going to try it. I'm a believer.
Listen, I'm trying too. I'm going to give it a shot.
Some purists will say no, it's all a bunch of,
Hooey.
Whatever. But I think if you try a little bit of this, it's a little bit of the sweet to invigorate it. A little bit of that, a little bit of the water, and a little bit of antibacterial with the bleach, and that'll hopefully keep your flowers from getting gunky and keep some, the fresh flower arrangements that you might pick up from the grocery store or from your local flower market, right? This is a good time also to do some pruning. You might have some roses. This is a good time to cut them back, your hybrid tea roses. How are your roses right now?
I just actually, my gardener and I had a little tussle because I had some blooms still.
And he cut them?
But he cut them and I helped him.
Yeah.
But now everybody in the neighborhood has these little tiny stumps,
right?
Yeah.
And speaking of stalks, this is a good time to buy the bare root roses, because that's how you'll see them in the store right now.
Right.
They don't look like much. They look like these little twigs, protruding out of a bag. And so
don't do that with your hands. It looks like you're having some sort of a seizure.
No, I'm holding my hand up like it's almost like I've got an Olympic torch.
That's right.
That's what it is. It's a victory. Either that or I'm Italian and I'm saying, what is that?
You're gesticulating.
I mean, what's this, radio? I mean, we gesture a lot. We describe it. It's theater of the mind, right?
That's right.
And by the way, we're going to have cameras in here someday
pretty soon.
So you're going to be able to see the gestures.
Yes.
It's all we keep it clean, but I'm it's almost like the Statue of Liberty, and I'm holding it up.
Very
and I'm
expressive.
Going,
I don't know why you're not
a rose.
ballerina. You should have done that.
But I do hope that you will. If you don't have roses in your life, don't worry about them being too finicky. They're so easy when you get them in your garden, and so if you don't have them, this is a good time to get the bare root roses. And there's so many new ones out there that you want to try. Another thing to be pruning, crepe myrtles. The butterfly bush. Have you ever had the butterfly bush?
I have the butterfly bush.
It attracts butterflies.
I just saw a couple yesterday.
See?
They were really.
Isn't that
I
fun?
think they're coming.
The butterfly bush attracts the butterflies and the hummingbirds. But this is a good time to prune them just one more time. Until after they bloom. So that's some good ideas to do for now.
And I'll tell you, nothing beats a good pair of shears.
Oh yeah.
Don't skimp on the shears. Get the nice ones.
Get some good ones.
Yeah.
Another good thing to do in February, right? Okay, so let's say you already have some bulbs that have been forced into bloom indoors for planting in the garden, right? Now you want to keep the foliage healthy after the blooms fade and then plant them outside. You can try that. Okay, let's say, well, the paper whites, because I know I gave you some paper whites. You can throw those out because that's all. You're not going to get it because you were forcing it, right? They weren't in soil.
No, they were not.
Okay,
they were in the vase.
But you can try. You can save your daffodils and your hyacinth and the crocus bulbs that have been forced indoors. Those will get another chance at life by planting them in the garden right now.
Okay, so February's bulb planting right now.
Put the ones that you were forcing inside through the holidays. Put them in the soil right now, and you might just get one more burst of life out of those. Okay.
All right. Yeah.
Another good thing to do is this is a good time to get a jump start on spring and check your seed packets. Are you thinking you're going? I don't do seeds.
No, you know what I want to do. We saw so many great examples at the garden show up in San Francisco. I want to start getting of the dahlias. Remember the dahlias?
Yes.
Man, those are beautiful. I want to try those this year.
Well, so there's a bunch of different websites, and there's also some great magazines. I'm a big lover of this Garden Gate magazine that gives you so many great ideas. In fact, the magazine comes with 3 hole punches in it.
Yeah.
And there's virtually no ads. It's just all photographs and ideas, and the issue that I'm looking at right now is all about spring gardens and some of the new top fragrant blooms.
What are some of the great fragrant blooms?
I mean, they say daffodil, of course, is good. Hyacinth, it just smells sweet, sweet, sweet. Lily of the Valley is, it blooms in pink or white in mid-spring, but it just smells so sweet. Star jasmine, of course, we love our jasmine.
Yeah.
I mean, the minute you have that in your front yard,
you
know
level.
that spring is arriving.
Yes.
So
honeysuckle, I love with all my heart.
Yeah, common lilac. It has a really sweet.
Grew up with the
buttery.
lilac right outside my window.
Magnolia is one of the most fragrant too. You can consider. Another really good one is let's see. The sweet alyssum. That's a really good. The sweet alyssum. It has a little white burst of flowers, and it's sometimes they're purple or pink, and they bloom in the mid-spring to the fall, but they're very, very sweet. And stock, plain old stock. Now, there's nothing plain about it. The name doesn't sound very fancy, but there's all different versions of it. This one in particular is called Hotcakes Mix, and it comes in a magenta pink, and it's very, very fragrant. But anyway,
beautiful.
Those are some things. So spring and February specifically. February, you're going to do your investigative. Think you want to have fragrant flowers. You want to get some seed packets. Find out how long it's going to take to get the different varieties, to sprout. Mark the last dates, on your calendar, and count back the number of weeks needed, for planting. And
right.
It's fun to do that.
And you know what else too? I've really been noticing that my house plants are kind of looking a little feeble.
Your house plants or your outside plants?
No, my house, and I'm starting to bring the indoor stuff outside to kind of address.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
You want to give them a little bath.
There you go. What do you suggest?
Have you been doing that?
Well, I don't
mean put them in the bathtub with you.
No, but
give them a little rinse.
Yeah, I like rinsing them out, and then I'll water them outside occasionally.
Dusting them off.
Dust them off a little bit and get them kind of up to snuff. Because I think right now, when they're inside, they need a little bit more, a little extra push for some outside sun and air.
They do. They need they need the vitamin D, just like you do, don't
that's
they?
Right.
And you can also use a paintbrush, by the way, to kind of, or even like a baby brush, hairbrush, to kind of get some of the dirt or dust that might be on some of the leaves.
Right.
Yeah?
Yeah. So
those are some
nice
things to do,
because
you
fertilize them now too. Why not?
You can fertilize them.
Yeah.
Now, some other things you want to think about. For February, fertilizing, the dormant spraying, pruning, and then starting seeds. All of those things are your top of the list February projects, and weather permitting, this really can be a good time to start anticipating so much that's going to be bursting with color in your yard, in your outdoor space for spring and summer. So think about it. All right.
That's it, yeah.
When we come back, boy, we have some more great things to share with you. Why? Well, because we love to help improve the spaces you call home. When we come back, what about the front door? And what about the doorbell? Right? We've got some, you're going to help us, Eric. We're going to come up with some creative ways to make the doorbell look better and sound better.
It's going to sing and be beautiful.
It's going to be gorgeous.
That's right.
Eric Stormer, Cindy Dole, this is what we do to improve your home and improve your life. This is Home Wizards.